I know that Maelstrom is supposed to be the hardest mode in the game, but this new event might actually just be, might just give it a run for its money. And it might just be because I literally tried to do it with a Marksman rifle, but this new mode, this new event is absolutely insane. They honestly probably should have named it Horde rather than Spillover because that's basically what you were fighting. A continuous horde of enemies, and they literally seem to mutate as you go along, or maybe they mutate with each phase. I really am so confused. But first they were visible, then they were cloaked. The nests aren't sitting on the map; they just randomly spawn. The spillover, luckily, isn't caustic, so that's good. That mutation doesn't seem to come to fruition. But you're continuing to grab canisters from the extraction pad, bring them to locations, protect them. It seems very, very complicated. All the resources, as far as abilities and react kits and health kits, seem to be in the exact same location listed. They're on one subzone, which is good, but it's literally almost an endless run of enemies. There are elites mixed in with normals. Rooters randomly pop up with each phase, which means with all possibility, you could literally be fighting grunts, then randomly fight spikers, then randomly fight rooters. Apexes might spawn in the later phases, smashers, tormentors. It's very um it's very, I'm not gonna say it's so I guess hard isn't the thing. It's very uh continuous rather than having that possible, slowdown of clearing one area and going to the next. It's a sequence of events all happening simultaneously, and it's just a very interesting mode and event to have. I still have yet to find teammates just due to the hours that I'm normally up trying to do these gameplays. As I'm trying to balance both my content and my fiance's content as she does stream a lot of the times while I'm at work, and then some of the through some of the night as I get off work. So as I'm trying to figure out that balance and maintain it, I end up making a lot of these videos early in the morning, if not mid morning. So I have yet to find consistent teammates, if any teammates at all. I mean, I probably could, just pop into the Discord, catch other people who get off work around the same time. But I don't know if I can find any consistency there. The Discord is very helpful. I am actually very, very shocked that I was actually very, very shocked at how smooth the community seems to come together. They have everything pretty much down to a science. Who wants to do what runs, which voice chats to hop in. It's a very seamless process. The lore is really good. They give out really good tips. It seems very, very helpful overall. The rewards for this, I don't know if they're just small, so they're not giving a lot of XP, or if it's just a lot, or if it's just like a lot to process at one time. But this seems like with each phase, you get about 300 XP, possibly, if not maybe with each canister you get 300 XP. I'm not exactly sure, so I might need to go back and look at the numbers and try to figure out how much XP you're basically getting for each phase. But this is definitely, in my opinion, a higher scale difficulty than doing the Maelstrom protocols because of how it is seamless and there's no real um, pause or reprieve in between each uh, phase. Like things kind of calm down, but not to the point where you feel like they are calm. The moment you put a canister down, it pretty much goes right back. So if you're not playing as a team, as I kind of wasn't, I was trying to still figure out how this game mode kind of worked. I kind of broke off on my own, and that really was my own, downfall, my own doing. But not playing as a team on one canister definitely leads to, terrible, terrible, terrible runs on this because you literally end up separated. Like, as I said, though, it seems like the mutations kind of evolve with each phase because there's regular grunts, no mutation. Phase 2 seemed to be grunts plus blinding spores. And then we ran into cloaked arcans. As you saw, I just fought a looter. Random breachers seem to pop up. It literally seems like the map kind of randomizes what we're fighting. There's no real direct flow to it. There's no warning of mutation change. So it literally takes, this requires basically everything you know about the game in base form and then applying it as well as, really, really stress testing teamwork. Because if you're not working together, you start dying. And as you start dying, you basically you basically kind of lower your chances of making it to the extraction point altogether. Because you're literally at that point kind of risking the lives of your teammates as you're basically spawning in enemies while they're unaware possibly, or they're low on ammo, or they need their ability kit. It's like a very, very tricky process. Like right there was a breacher encased inside of the cloak, and I didn't even know it really until I realized that there was something moving toward me. They destroyed the captures. No, I didn't even know how many were attacking me. I had maybe 6, 7 or more grunts rushing me at one time, and I'm literally just fighting them because I didn't know that they were there. Some of them had spores on them. It was very, very, very tricky. I can definitely see where someone like the Chanka is highly useful. I can definitely see where the explosive harness might come in handy if I had like fragmentation grenades or nitro cells. This definitely is a mode I'm probably gonna play a lot just because I'm gonna enjoy tinkering with this. Like the different ways I could possibly run it, the different gear I could possibly use. Though I can say that if I am, running like an explosive harness or something that isn't my revive kit, I'm definitely going to have to play a lot more cautious, a lot more tight, which is something I would need to work on in general anyway, and kind of getting away from using the revive kit as a crutch. But I definitely need to focus up for this mode. This is definitely not a mode I can kind of stumble through, since it seems to be one seamless experience. And from what I can tell, it is literally just the 3 phases. So it seems to be you do 3 for phase 1, 3 for phase 2, 4 for phase 3, and I think you can extract after that. So if I hadn't died, I hadn't really just kind of broke off on my own, we probably could have seamlessly got this done together, because they definitely seem to be playing very well. The Tachanka was making sure to get the his LMGs down, which was very useful. So I definitely should have played tighter here, because then I could have kept supplying them with armor, or kept supplying the team with armor, and we would have been able to get a lot more like down but not outs. We could have split the med kits amongst each other. Kind of tried to, make this last as long as possible, because it definitely seemed to be a very fast-paced process. It seems about similar in time to Maelstrom protocols. Maelstrom protocols take about an hour if you're kind of moving at a decent pace. I think even with me dying and then this teammate dying, we still seem to make good time. This was maybe 20 minutes worth of gameplay, and they didn't even really finish phase 3. So if I try to scale it maybe to maybe 5-10 minutes a canister, if the team plays it right, for about 6 plus another 4, about 10 canisters. So then, yeah, it's about 50 minutes, about the same time span as a Maelstrom protocol would take. So this definitely is something that I can say rivals Maelstrom protocol as far as difficulty. The time seems to be about the same, because it's not, instead of it being an incursion with 9 different with 9 different subzones and 9 different objectives, and changing of mutations. This is literally one seamless experience. One seamless experience of trying to work together. So this is a lot more fast-paced, a lot more upbeat. But it has been AP Experiment. I appreciate everybody for watching. Catch you in the next one.